Hello, I am back. It's me, Gigi, and I'm back with another video, and I am in my backyard because why not? The weather is nice. I need to get outside. I need some sun. I need some vitamin D. So I decided, let's go outside. How about that? Yeah, this video, okay. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to be in the backyard. Anywho, yeah, so this video is going to be, I don't exactly know how long this vlog is gonna be, but there was a lot going on this month that was pretty cool, pretty unbelievable, actually. Earlier this month, I was actually invited to go see the advanced screening of Bring Her Back by Danny and Michael Filippo, which is crazy, because I really love Talk to Me, and Bring Her Back was so good. It was so good. But what made it even better was that the Filippo brothers were there at the screening. It was at Alamo in Brooklyn. And I can't stop talking about this. I know if you follow me on my socials, I know you're probably tired of hearing me talk about this, but I can't stop. I'm so happy. Like I can't stop. It was a great time. They were super nice, really kind. I brought the homie Nicholas Draper Ivy with me, and that was cool, because we are like, our horror movie knowledge, like we see each other, and just like our horror movie, not even just horror, but like our movies, like we're here, like that. And it was nice. It was so much fun. That happened. There's some work happening, and I went to a few events this month. The month is not quite out yet, but I realized that I have quite a bit of footage, so I should probably start wrapping this vlog up, but you'll be able to join me and get to see what I'm up to and getting some work done, some fun stuff. I think you'll enjoy it. But anyway, yeah, come along with me to the vlog. Oh my God, I thought my neighbor was watching me. Anyway, y'all, I'ma see y'all. Okay, all right, bye. Hello friends, it's me again. I am back today. We've got another vlog in the mix. It's been a little while since I've vlogged, actually. And there's been quite a bit going on, to be honest. There's been quite a bit happening. I always have these spurts of like vlogging and then taking a little bit of a break and then vlogging back again. So I'm back on my vlogging and like recording spurt. Yeah, how are you guys? How are you? I hope you're doing well. It's crazy to just like start this off like this, but I hope you're doing okay. I hope all is good. I changed the lens on the camera again because the footage from before was killing me. So I hope this looks good. I'm using the DJI Osmo Pocket Pro 3. Because I'm using this camera and the lens is so small, it's hard to find filters and other lenses for this camera. And for some reason, this isn't like stable. But anyway, it's been a minute. You could tell I haven't used my camera in a minute because I'm like forgetting buttons and shit. It's a brand new day, clearly. I'm wearing red. I never wear red. Who is she? She's wearing red. Today is a pretty heavy work day, actually. It is a Wednesday, and I got a few things that I need to do. One of them includes a podcast for Patreon. I mentioned it in a few videos before, but I was working on my membership for my website, and I'm still working on it. And one of the rewards for the membership is actually a podcast. I haven't figured out all my promo stuff for the membership yet, and there's still some other stuff that I have to do. So I haven't launched it yet. Today is May 14th, Wednesday. I'm debating launching the membership either at the end of June or like the beginning of July. It just depends on like how long it takes for all of my promo stuff to get like set up. But this is like stuff that I have to create. Another update, Yun, my dear assistant, has left us. Yun needed some time off. I want to say the past like last quarter, like the beginning of the year, we were really like going hard on the website and like on the membership. It was a lot. So it's really just gonna be me trying to figure out how to like get this promo stuff and like get the memberships going. But anyway, that being said, back to today's work. So today's work, I have to review an NDA. This is something that I'm trying to get together with Wacom on a thing, potentially. A podcast for Patreon, like I said. I finally finished my client work that I was recording for the past, like, I don't know, like 4 videos or something like that. The artwork is done. I haven't received any feedback yet. So I still have to like prep the final pages, but that work is pretty much done. So I've decided I'm gonna start working on some new projects, one of them being Resenter. And I have some plans for Resenter that I can't quite talk about just yet, but I have to prep for those plans. And then another thing that I wanna try to work on today is I have another one-shot idea that I am fiddling around with. I mentioned this in another video too. The working title is called Psyched. I'm probably not gonna stick with that title because I don't like it so much. And it doesn't really reflect like the story that I'm going for, which is like a horror sci-fi kind of deal, like dystopian thing. So it's a little bit of a darker story than that name suggests. So I gotta change the name, but I wanna work on that, specifically the outline and the name. I'm saying a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to work on all this stuff today, but this is like what I have planned. I have to also work on my email newsletter. I kind of like stopped working on that for a little bit while it got busy, including like I also changed some stuff around in the memberships. We're gonna get into it, but like I changed some stuff around in the membership, which includes like the early access you would get for the email newsletter. I did have to change that because the way that my website is set up versus like my email stuff, it was doing a lot to like try to navigate the two of those things at the same time. But yeah, work on the email newsletter and then plan and record videos for YouTube. So I'm recording this video. I was like, hey, I'm doing work right now. Why don't I record it and make a vlog? So that's the bulk of my task. I also have to contact some people. I got to email some folks. I mentioned earlier, it's a Wednesday, May 14th. Y'all, this week is crazy. This is a very, very, very busy week. So tomorrow, I don't even know if I should say this online. This is like, I'm usually not this embarrassed about stuff because I have a chronic illness. So I just be talking about stuff. I have, I don't want to say, I have a procedure that I have to get done tomorrow. So I have that going on. I may be meeting up with someone at Pratt tomorrow, not tomorrow, Friday, which I have to email them about. And then Saturday, I have an event that, you know, Resenter was a book of the month for this like comedy book Q&A show called Astigmatism. Yo, it's crazy. I have to show up for that. I have to do the work for that. And then Sunday on the 18th, I have another show that is like a live reading book show thing, and I'll be selling books and stuff there. But it's busy. It's busy. And I definitely can't say too much about this, but I have a work situation. So I'm gonna be reading Ring, Bow. Gonna be reading that for some work stuff. I can't say too much about that, but y'all will see. My goal is to read it in like 3 or 4 days. So hopefully that works out. Got a lot of emailing to do. I have some drawing to do, and I have some like admin stuff because I have this procedure tomorrow on Thursday. Thursdays are typically my admin days. I have to kind of like try to squeeze in some admin stuff today. And it's already 2:30. Like what? Where did the day go? I was running errands. That's where the day went. Oh, actually, wait, I'm talking ahead. I haven't actually like told y'all the tea. I think I told y'all this a little bit, but some of the tea got, and this is all like in the intro. I have decided that after months and months of nailing down my process using traditional tools, I have decided that after months of working traditionally on pen and paper, that I am going to have to go digital full way through. We're gonna have to go fully digital, because as I was working on this last project, this last client job, which at this point in time, I'm still not sure if I can say. If I can say who the client was, I will add that right here, like right here in text. And if I can't, you know, you'll figure it out. But because my process was so unreliable during this client job, it caused a crazy amount of anxiety for me. Y'all, this was only 10 pages of work. It was only 10 pages of work. I did add on more work than I needed to, because I was adding extra like character art. And I mentioned this in another video, character art that I wanted to add to the membership. It ended up just like being a lot. Like my entire process of how I work on like comic and manga pages traditionally completely broke down. So we can go over this in more detail in another video. There are videos where I want to like show y'all my process so that y'all can kind of like copy what I do just to get started, right? And I wanted to do that for traditional, especially since I feel like a lot of people don't really know how to use traditional tools very much, or don't really know like how to go from traditional into digital and like get your traditional work up and, you know, all the things. I want to do a separate video for that, but just like a quick overview of that process is usually what I do is on computer paper. It's very funny because I just had this conversation with my aunt actually, because we were on a family Zoom call and it was just me and her. And she was like, how do you get your work done? What do you do? And I was like, oh, well, let me tell you. So on like computer paper, like this size, I will do a quick sketch of the storyboards or the name. Remember from videos before, I will do a quick sketch of the name. I will do that for all my pages, including the dialogue. I will scan that on this big boy back here, scan that in, upload it to my computer. Once it's on my computer, I will size it up to the page size that I'm working in. Because this client is an American publisher, they go by like 11 by 17 size, which is huge. Y'all remember the video, I compared the two paper sizes, but I have printer paper that is the same size, 11 by 17. It's just computer paper, the sizes are just different, but I have 11 by 17 computer paper that I will put here. 11 by 17 is too big for this printer, so I have to put it in the back. Like I can't just slide it in the slots here. Put it in the back, print the name on the large paper, print that out, print all the copies, make sure that they are the right size. So it's a little bit of a trial and error because all the scans come out a little different. So I have to like size them a certain way. Once all of that's printed out, I then attach it to the actual manuscript paper. Like I place it under, get out my light box, trace and lightbox the whole thing, pencil, and then ink it, and then color, and then I have to scan it again. And then once it's up on my computer, then I can edit, and then I can letter, and then we're done. It sounds like a lot, and it is like low-key a lot, but once you have all the things going and like the process is going, it's not so bad. The problem though was that during this client job, everything broke down. So I mentioned to y'all before on a few vlogs back that I wanted to do this fully traditional. Y'all know the American publishers, they want color. So I was like, I'm gonna do traditional colors. And I went to Copic and asked if I make content of this, can they give me some stuff? And they were like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then there were a few little setbacks, a few little issues with that, but I ended up getting some new markers. But before that, the markers that I had started dying real quick. And I mean, like, these bad boys were like, they were dropping. They were dropping and I didn't have refills. And so I was like, oh no, we're reaching the end game of this. And I still have like 2 or 3 more pages that I have to color. The primary color that I use for my main character is getting dry. This is a problem. But the cavalry came in, Copic sent over those markers and it ended up working out. But that was like the first issue where I was like, oh no. And even towards the final part of the project, some stuff like I had to clean up digitally because some stuff was like a little streaky because my ink was running out. But anyway, so that was a problem. My supplies was running out, which would not be a problem if I was using watercolors, because watercolor is like, yes, they run out, but they typically last a little longer than markers do. But my supplies were running out. Then my printer scanner, this big boy, the scanner does not scan so well anymore. I got this printer in like 2017, 2018. And when I first got it, the scanner was fantastic. It was super accurate, it was great. Now, the scanner is not so accurate. What you see in the preview doesn't always translate to the final image that ends up being scanned into Photoshop, which is what I use to edit and letter my pages. So my scanner started breaking down. And I wasn't able to properly scan like a full size page. And I was like, oh, what's going on? The scanner size is correct. It's just that like the edges would be cropped and you kind of want to retain as much of the page as you can. Obviously, like I want to keep it as cropped to 11 by 17 as I can. But this thing was like, it'd be like 10.8 by 16.20 or something. And it's like, that is not accurate. I have it set up in a way that like it's supposed to be 11 by 17. And my scanner is just like, it's on its last legs. And then on top of that, Photoshop started messing up. I started getting that scratch disk error. So like, I had to clean up my computer because my Photoshop is heavy as hell. So it was taking up a whole bunch of, space. There were also videos that I had to clean up also, truthfully, that I hadn't like gone through from like YouTube and stuff like that. So I had to clean up my videos, I had to back up my stuff, clear out some things. And then I also got sick. So like y'all, I've been in the middle of this job. I took vacation in the middle of the job. My clients knew, they were fine with it. But I took vacation in the middle of the job, got sick during vacation, was still like not so well when I came back. That has nothing to do with like my process using traditional tools, but like you have to think about these things ahead of time, regardless of what tools that you're using. But like when you're working on client stuff, like you gotta think about that stuff ahead of time. But anyway, because literally everything went wrong, and some of the conversations that were happening with me and Copic were like also like super scary. I was just like, y'all, what's going on? What are we talking about? But everything worked out. Everything was cool. Everything's cool. Everything's good. It's just like I was getting a little nervous because the deadline was getting close. And like I said, my markers, it was doing all that. And I was like, I need some refills. Like, what's going on? But I got the pages done. Actually, let me see. I might be able to like show 1 or 2 pages. Come along, actually. I can't show too much, and I am planning to do like a side video. Nothing like too long, but like a side video of like the work that I did on here. But okay, I'll show this one. This is the one I've been showing the whole time. This is the first page. I'm pretty proud of this. I really like how this came out, but this is page 1. And like I said, it's like 10 pages total. And I will probably I'll be making some content about this, like probably on Instagram or something, but here's page 1. And I'll show 1 more page just because like, I was actually working on this page in the last vlog, the vlog of like the working on like productive days working on client work stuff. This was like one of the pages that I was working on, and this ended up getting colored, and this was it. Y'all, it got real scary here. It got real scary. I know you see that. It was scary, but you know, Copic came through like the cavalry, like, girl. They really came through and saved your girl, because yeah, my markers were like, they saved the project. I'm not gonna hold you. So that ended up happening. But anywho, this is the longest intro I've probably ever done. This might have to be broken up, but anyway, that is like a quick update about like what's been going on. I will be doing some content, showing some of the pages, on top of like the content that I already recorded of me drawing and inking all the pages that I did. My client said it was okay, so you'll see a little bit more, but like not too much. So when it drops, like, make sure you spend your coins. But yeah, anyway, yeah, this is the longest freaking intro ever. I gotta get to work, and yeah. Okay, this document looks fair to me. This is super duper exciting. Let me head to DocuSign to sign this bad boy. I gotta say though, like, something about navigating this space, like this space of like artistic creator, right? Like illustrator, manga artist, comic artist, with like the online space of doing like content and like being like an affiliate and like doing like influencery stuff and like talking to brands. It's always weird territory for me sometimes, because I'm like, I don't know, I get super like brand loyal, and I feel like I gotta be easy with that, because like the brands do not be loyal to you. Like they're just not, they will not be loyal to you. They are loyal to their company and what best serves the company and the brand. But sometimes I get like brand loyal and like, I don't know, like value loyal. I don't know. Like I'm going through this situation right now with Wacom. I'm feeling like, I don't know. I feel like I'm betraying Copic. I don't know. I'm not though. I'm not, because of course I'm still gonna use my Copics, but it's like, girl, for some of these, for the sequential pages, like I can't. It's too much work to get done. Y'all know I'm already slow, and it's like, if I've worked with Wacom before, like why not talk to Wacom and be like, hey y'all need some content because I need some supplies. You know, I haven't talked so much about the business stuff because I'm not sure like where y'all feel about that. I'm not sure if like y'all care about that stuff. I feel like some of y'all do care. And I just as like good conscious, like as I'm showing y'all my life and like what I do and y'all see the stuff, in good conscience, I would like to discuss some of the business stuff with y'all, just in case you see what I'm doing and you're like, oh, I want to do that too. Like, how do I get into that in a way that's like as least harmful as possible? And I feel like paying attention to the business stuff is really important. So here we go with this. I'm about to sign this bad boy. This looks super fair. So if you see some things going down between me and Wacom, it started here first. I don't know, like when you start doing this kind of stuff, if you're working with you're working with like two competing brands, it feels a little like weird. It just feels a little weird, you know? It's like, oh, like that's a little weird. But yeah, this is how it is, I guess. So, and they're not gonna feel weird working with another artist that I might be competing with. So it's like, we all just try to make it out here. We are all just trying to make it out here. I'm telling y'all that, but I feel like I'm really telling myself. But any whoosies, is this all good? They could have added some more space. Also, I don't know how this turned into like the business vlog. This is the vlog where all the business advice comes through. But you guys, DocuSign will save your bacon. I did not need DocuSign that much when I first started out, but let me tell you, DocuSign has been a lifesaver. Fantastic. an invite from somebody that I met at the Lance comic arts festival, and they are in contact with somebody else who I was supposed to get in contact with like 2 years ago. So you know the way the ADHD be ADHDing, and like this creative community is not that big. Like people know people who know people. You never have that many degrees of separation away from somebody. And I know exactly who I'm being introduced to somebody who already knows me, who I already know who I was supposed to get. But I know exactly who he is introducing me to. Sometimes you just gotta take the L and be like, oh shit, I was supposed to reach out to you, my bad. It's not it's no harm, no foul, no love lost, I hope. No love lost on my end, I'm sorry. I was working, I was doing shit. I apologize deeply. Okay, y'all. I was looking through my card collection. Because now I'm like, as I'm writing this email, I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure this is the right person that I'm thinking about. I'm pretty sure this is the right person that I'm thinking about, but just in case, you know? And I started thinking just that quickly, like something that I'm pretty proud of, and this is gonna sound so like vain, judge me if you wish, but I am really proud of my like industry card collection. That sounds so cringe, I know it does, but I have amassed so many industry cards at this point in time, and as somebody who still is like in shock that like I am in the space that I'm in, as somebody who is like an independent person, not working at like a company or like I'm on the outside in. I've started using the term like independent professional in the manga and anime industry. That's the official term that I've started using, because that's the best, most succinct way to kind of describe like what I do. And in that process, I have gathered so many company cards. So as I try to find this card for this woman, I'm like, let me go through the cards that I have, because believe it or not, I do, if I take your card, your business card, regardless if you're like industry or like anybody, if you're an artist, I keep your card. I will keep your card. I have like this is like my little file of cards. And so I just kind of want to make sure and also show y'all some of the cards that I got. And I'm not showing anybody's name, so don't get excited, but I will be showing companies because your girl is out here. While I try to find this woman's card. Something about, I don't know, something about the collection of like these cards is kind of fun. It feels like I'm collecting Pokemon, low key. There's Kervin. I never know how to say this man's name. Bisro. He's on YouTube now. He started making vlogs. I'm so proud of the homie. We met last Anime NYC. We met last Anime NYC. Go give his channel some love. A Crunchyroll card. You know, I have Pi. I'm gonna show y'all the Japanese version because I don't want to show too much. I'm not showing names either. But Pi, we got the editor-in-chief at Pi gave me their card. That was when I went to go see Sushio at Kinokuniya. That was wild. That's how I got that one picture of Sushio that's on my website and on my Instagram. I got Comic Speed, another editor-in-chief. Love that. I have 2 Penguin Random Houses. I'll just do this because their names are all over the place on these cards, but I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. There's names and addresses. Penguin Random House, which is also with Square Enix. Kinokuniya. This is a real card. This person doesn't work there anymore though, so I might have to get rid of this one. Oh, I was actually looking for this person. I made a friend, Mari, who does translations a lot of the times at the Pan Society events. I've been meaning to hang out with Mari. I got a Momocon card. Can't show that person's name. Oh, these are like vet cards here. How did I get the dog's veterinarian cards mixed in with like work stuff? Y'all, I have so many Viz Media cards. It's like, it's not a game. Here's one for an editor. I have another Comics Beat. I have a Kickstarter card. Yeah, I know people at Kickstarter. I'm still nervous to like make a Kickstarter too. That's like the real gag of it. These are all artist cards. Yeah, I'm still nervous to make a Kickstarter, even though I found it! And it is the same person. I freaking knew it. I knew it. I knew that name sounded familiar. Yeah, I know I mess with Japan Society heavy. There goes their logo. This is such a good card too. Bro, I have so many Viz cards, it's not even funny. I have like friends just giving me their cards just to give me their cards. I'm like, I don't need this. I know how to contact you. And they're like, nah. Oh, I got Sweeney Boo's card. This is a good card. Look at this, Sweeney Boo. Their work is like, it's so good. This is like a little like raised. This like, I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little glossy, but like their name is like a little raised up. I have Holly Brown's card. Even though I've never met Holly Brown, I've ordered from them before though. This card is fire. I love this. Oh, Alexander. I never know how to say this man's last name. He's gonna kill me. But he goes by that kid that draws on Instagram. So like, I'm pretty sure y'all know this already, but the Griffith and Guts posters that I have are from him. So I got a twofer. So yeah, hit up Alex if you enjoy fan art posters. His work is fantastic. I got a Teflon Funk card, which is in the design of a Metro card. That's kind of cool. Y'all, this should give y'all some ideas on like how to make your cards, even though like Metro cards are obsolete now because that system doesn't work anymore. That's still a really cool idea. And it's like, it's evergreen now because they called it a retro card instead of a Metro card, which was a smart idea. This is gonna be a long vlog. I got Lucky Pocket Press. Love Lucky Pocket Press. They do some pretty good stuff. This, I feel like this low-key is turning into like the business vlog. Aw, Chandel, aw. A homie of mine from high school whose work I have brought wrote me a card. Aw. Oh, I needed this card. I always like go and review some of these because I do need to like reach out to some people. There's Kaylee Rowena, whose like work is really good. I'm gonna cover their email just in case, but like their stuff is really good. They worked on another Are You Afraid of the Dark book? Not the one that's like before mine. I found a Sukeban NYC card. Shout out to Justin. Sukeban NYC. It's my friend's clothing brand company. Oh my gosh. I got an old Anime NYC for the former event director. If you know, you know. This card is old as fuck though. I gotta let him know that I still have his card from the first time we met. Another Viz card from the head of the originals department. And then Manga-splaining. Check out Manga-splaining. Fantastic manga podcast. This is actually Deb's card. Y'all, if y'all see the name Deb Aoki, be nice to that lady because she is super well respected. I saw some people saying like some wild stuff to her on Twitter, and these are people who are like aspiring manga artists, and I'm like, y'all, don't do that. Just because you don't know anybody's title and rank and what they do does not mean like it's fair game. Don't do that. I got 2 more Viz cards. This is just like a regular card. This is for the originals program. This is just like a regular, nobody's name is on here. This is just like where to submit to the originals program. And this is a really nice card. I like this design in the back. They've since changed it. And then another one from one of the editors for the originals program. So that's like 4 Viz cards. And I know I have one more because a homie of mine, like my actual friend, he gave me his card and I was like, why? I already know where you live. I don't need your card. Oh man, I got 2 Tokyo Pop cards in here. Wow, my God. These cards are actually really nice. Tokyo Pop makes some nice ass cards. I'm not gonna hold you. These bad boys, you could like chuck somebody with one of these. I also have Azuki, which is like a digital manga platform. On here, it's your digital manga cafe. I have the card for the CEO. I want to cover. It's like tradition to kind of like put your phone number on your card in Japan, I guess. I feel like we used to do that in the US, but we don't do that so much here. People's phone numbers are actually on the cards. So I'm like, ooh, no. I got a Yen Press card from a work event. The only thing that I don't have, that I'm realizing I don't have, that I'm kind of surprised about, I don't have any Kodansha friends. I don't have any of their cards. And then I got Dempa. I got a Dempa card from the Prez. But then now that like I have my contacts at Kodansha already, I already know people. I'm just like, if I ask for a card, that might seem weird. But I kind of want one because at this point in time, it's like a collection. I have Udon, cards for Udon Entertainment. Is this everything? I have a few other artist cards in here. I have a card for Kamiki. All right, that's enough. I've spent enough time doing this and I found the card that I was actually looking for. Whoa, what card is this? This looks creepy as hell. What in the Squid Game? Hold on. I would have a card like this. What is this, y'all? This looks so creepy. This is like clearly an artist card, but like, I don't know what this is. Now I gotta like investigate. I'm gonna put that, put that one to the side. Anyway, there goes my card collection. I hope that was entertaining as I look for one of these contacts. Let this little section show you, I don't know, get fancy with your card designs, you know? Oh, there's a Mural Arts Foundation. I got somebody's card for, I'm not even in Philadelphia. This is for Philadelphia. But okay, I'll take it. But anyway, y'all, get fancy with your cards, you know? Or at least like print some business cards because people collect them. Some people don't, but people collect them. And especially like if you want to work in the industry, definitely get yourself some business cards. Make sure that you have some cards around you just to like hang on to. I got Mike Tony's card. I'm sure y'all know who Mike Tony is. I'm pretty sure. I don't need this man's card. I have his phone number, but I have his card. He gave it to me. Actually, I think I got this card, I think when we first met. I can't remember when me and Mike met. This was like years ago. Maybe like, definitely before pandemic. 2018, 19, I want to say. At New York Comic Con one year, I think. I'm not gonna hold you. I did not reach out to the person at Pi, and I regret that every day. And now that like so much time has passed, I'm like, damn, does he even work there anymore? I have no clue. I do not know, but I be trying to reach out when I can. I know it doesn't look like it from this video, but because the initial reason why we're even here is because somebody who was in this email was like, oh, one of my colleagues met you at Anime NYC, and their colleague knows, and I know, we both know that they gave me their card and I did not reach out. I know it looks bad. I know it looks bad, but I typically do reach out. I usually set aside some time to reach out to everybody after a convention, usually like that Monday. Speaking of, here is my old card. I got these from Moo. I made like a bunch of these little ones that were super cute. You could just throw in your wallet. And here's all my old information that I don't use anymore. That website is defunct, email defunct. I hope you enjoyed that session. I have dust in my nose now because I usually don't be in here. Anyway, I gotta get back to work. I'm gonna see y'all in a little bit. All right. Best. Boop. Send. Boop. So, but that was so funny that like they ended up actually being published in the book. So dang, what else did I do? Oh, I also had my first school talks. Not my first. My first official school talk was in like college student talk was it February? No, it wasn't in February. It was scheduled in February. It happened in Oh my gosh, when was this? This was, no, it wasn't the second, was it this month? I feel like it was this month. I feel like it was this month. Or was it in March? No, that was in March. My first school talk. It was in March at SVA. Okay, podcast is done. I gotta head over to my editor. Dang, I ain't talked to this man in 2 months. Golly. The guy that I go to who edits the podcast is pretty cool. His name is Alex and he is in Italy. He's a cool dude. Looky here. He already sent me, I have a leftover offer from him. Let me make sure that is what I need that's in there though. They don't like edit music if like the price is too low. So that's what I'm working on right now. And I still need to get some drawing done. It's already 4:35. Ugh, and I have to get prepared for my procedure tomorrow. Ugh. I don't know. I'm not gonna hold you. Filming might end for today here, and I might have to get back with y'all in 2 days after I finish my procedure, because I'm gonna be like not great. I will say one thing though before I head on out, right? I might show like some footage of me drawing a little later too, but something that I am kind of excited to share is I found a new manga creator to follow on not on Instagram, on YouTube. His name is Ken Sogen, and I haven't read his manga yet, but his manga looks like kind of crazy. I can't remember how I found him, but I found him on here. I found him on YouTube and he streams his process. And he works in Clip Studio Paint, which is like super beneficial for me because I'm trying to like figure Clip Studio Paint out. Like I have friends who have been helpful, but it is nice to like see it in the process. And so like he has these super long streams where he just goes in from start to finish. And like he just like chats on stream. Y'all know, I wanted to get back into streaming, and especially since I'm going to be working digital, I'm like, how am I supposed to stream digital when my computer can barely function working traditionally? And what he does is he doesn't actually have like, he's not like screen recording his artwork. He's just like filming like his tablet, his screen display, and then like filming himself. And then that's his stream. And that's so much easier on your system than to like screen grab and like record in your screen like what you're doing. So I think I might follow suit. I have spoken to him on stream. He's a pretty cool dude. He gives very like, he's kind of like, he gives like very hippy dippy like vibes. Like young guy, like hippy dippy, like burnout vibe. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know if y'all like know what a burnout is, but he gives like burnout, like city, like guy vibes in Japan. I don't know like if there's like a term in Japan to like describe this kind of guy, but he gives that vibe for sure. But his stuff is cool. I like watching him a lot. And he has like a ton of videos, like hours and hours of him just streaming. So that's what I've been watching to kind of like sort of get me motivated to like go through the full process of like using Clip Studio Paint. Let me lighten this up. I've been using his streams as like inspo to like to keep going, as it were, and like learn some new stuff. And I have done like quite a few things that I'm pretty proud of actually. I'm working on I don't know if I can show all of this. This is like a personal thing that I'm working on. It's like a fanzine that is like, is that kind of fanzine? That's all I need to say. It's of, it's Star Trek because I'm a nerd. But it's from the current series that's out right now, Strange New Worlds. Anyway, let me show you what I did so far. But yeah, this is like what I've been working on so far. I feel like I'm not like proficient, like super duper proficient yet. Like I'm getting more comfortable. Like as I was doing some of these, like I was getting more comfortable for sure. And then like with all the different pens and stuff that they have, I was getting kind of comfortable while I was working on these. This is little cadet Uhura from Strange New Worlds, but like obviously wearing like a Japanese schoolgirl outfit. I found some brushes, or some pens rather, that I was like, okay, I can mess with these. I like these. I like how this is coming out. Obviously, like I want to work on a full project in Clip Studio Paint, which is gonna be way more work than just like these few drawings or whatever. I'm a little nervous, but I am looking forward to it. So something that I'm noticing that is gonna be a little bit of a growing pain for me as I continue on this like digital journey, making manga digitally, is that I love adding lines. I love hatching, and I love adding lines. And working digitally, that's just not practical, right? Like this is not a practical way to go about it, which is why like when you see a lot of like digitally made manga, especially online, like newer artists, their stuff is very clear, I should say. It's very minimal, I would say. Easy comparison, easy example. If you look at like Kentaro Miura's work, right? Super lines everywhere, hatching everywhere. If you look at his work and then you look at like manga artists now using digital tools, the work is much more minimalistic. It's much more simple. There's like straight lines. There's not too much hatching. If there is hatching, a lot of it is not done by hand in the way that like Miura Sensei used to do it. And a lot of those like manga artists used to do it, which is how I typically do my work, to be honest. I do a lot of hatching. And the more that I'm using this software, the more that I'm learning is that like, it's not practical to do it like that by hand. And if I do still want those effects, then I have to get particular brushes or pens to like make those effects. And I have those brushes and pens. But it's like, I have to retrain my brain that like, if I want to start making those effects, oh, I have to switch the brush because it's just more practical that way. I save my wrists from like dying and it's just faster, but I'm not used to working that way. And I do slip up and I still like will make lines on my own when I don't really need to, when it's not practical. Filling in black is another thing that like, I feel like is something that I have to remember to be like, hey, we have a paint bucket tool. You don't have to fill those blacks in. The paint bucket tool can do it faster and cover it much better than you can by yourself. So having to like retrain my brain to like adjust has been a little bit of a growing pain. And I know that you can create like your own like sub menu of tools that you can work with. And I have started doing that with pens, especially on my computer, because I have Clip Studio Paint on my computer and on my iPad. And on my iPad, it's cool, it's easy, I can just go, but my inking is way better on my computer. I think it has to do with the pen that I'm using. I'm using a Wacom tablet, and like the point on this pen is much better. I don't know if you can see that, but the point on this pen is, this focus is terrible, y'all. Anyway, the point on this pen is much finer than on the Apple Pencil. I can feel my marks better with this than on the Apple Pencil. And I have an old iPad, y'all. It's upgrade city over here. It's upgrade city. But anyway, I'm still getting used to the tools. It's fun. It is fun though. I am having fun. I have been looking forward to drawing, which, if I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, has not always been the case. I'm ashamed to say, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's all that I have for today. I'll probably show you guys some footage as I'm working on the drawings that I need to work on. Yeah, I'll have to work on the email newsletter maybe tomorrow or something once I get out from the doctor. But anyway, let me get back to work. I'm over here watching Poor Things, and I have to sign 20 books for an event that I'm doing tomorrow. It's like a comedy book Q&A thing that I'm doing. It's tomorrow in Brooklyn. Not in Brooklyn, sorry, Lower East Side. And I have to sign 20 books because I bought 20 books to do like a raffle for. And I'm over here watching Poor Things at the same time for the first time. And this movie is wild. Oh my God, I forgot the name of the director. He also did The Lobster, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, I think is the name of it. I've seen his movies before. They're always like weird. They're always like something off. But like, I've never seen Poor Things and I've been wanting to see it. I should have seen this in theaters, to be honest. But this movie is crazy. Like, this movie is crazy. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. It's tackling some things that I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about this being done. I gotta say, the cinematography in this is gorgeous, and the color, my God, the color grading in this is fantastic also, but I don't know how I feel about this just yet. But it looks lovely, look at it. This is like, you can't hear it because I got my headphones on, but anyway, let me get back to signing books because I still have this like big thing of books here that I have to do. All this here. So let me get back to it. Interesting questions. Interesting questions here. Interesting questions. Oh, brother. This is a weird movie. Okay, so what's today's date? It's May 17th. My procedure is done. I finished signing my books, and I have an event today where the book signing that I was doing last night, that event is today. Y'all saw this earlier, but I am doing like a little sketch. Y'all saw, like, you know, I was watching not Pretty Things, Poor Things last night, and this, like, the costume design and the set design of that movie is so charming. I was saying I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I still quite don't know how I feel about the movie. It is charming though. I'm definitely not the target audience for that movie. I'm not quite sure who is. I have an idea of who might be, but girl, I don't know what that movie was trying to say exactly. It was just doing stuff. I was drawing Bella. What is her name? Bella Baxter. That's what I'm drawing here. And I'm mostly trying to figure out like what brushes I'm gonna be using in Clip Studio Paint, because sometimes, I don't know, I mentioned it before for sure, but like the brushes in Clip Studio Paint are not very textured. They're very flat, they're very clear, and they just, like, Clip Studio Paint is not good at texture, which is fine, but I do like a little bit of texture because I started doing art like traditionally, and obviously traditional supplies has texture built into the experience. So it is nice to have some texture in my work. Although I have Procreate, and I mentioned this before, that Procreate does texture very, very well. Sometimes I don't want to like have to switch applications. I just want to be on one application and just do a thing. And so I was trying to experiment with this one brush that I found on Clip Studio Paint that is pretty, I'm digging it a lot. I really like brushes that look like paint brushes. It's hard to describe. Like, there are some brushes that are like soft and round, and like you can layer pretty well with them, and it looks like a painting, like a Monet kind of like painting, where it's like it's a little fuzzy, but there is enough sharpness to it where you can add detail. I really like when people draw artwork that looks like that. I can't really do the soft. I try to paint that way. I've tried to paint that way digitally in the past, and it just doesn't work out for me. My brain just like blends too much, gets too caught up into it, and I'm like, I can't. I need something that's a little harder, but that can also blend, and that also has like good texture. So typically I lean towards like gouache brushes. Sometimes you run into the same problem with gouache brushes, but I do like that in Clip Studio Paint, the gouache and the oil brush. Those brushes blend pretty well. But I found this one brush on Clip Studio Paint, like the assets area, and I found this one brush for free called Sunday. And it has like a slightly neon edge to it, but it looks like watercolor, which I'm accustomed to working with. But it like layers on a little bit like a gouache, and has like a neon, like a little bit of a highlight towards the edge of the brush. I don't know, I really like it. Let me see if I can show you. I've been like working on this piece, so I know y'all have been like seeing it. I don't know if you can see it that well, but like this like edge, like these edges are kind of like highlit a little bit. I don't know, when you go close, it looks like a Monet. When you go close, it looks messy and nasty and like a lot. But then when you zoom out, it's like, it feels like a painting. I don't know. I am digging this a lot. And I feel like this is like, my brain can understand how to mix colors with this brush pretty well. I don't know. I also still like the gouache brush that they have. Where is it? It's the gouache brush. That's not the color I was looking for, but that's cool. I like the gouache brush. The dry one is also pretty neat. There's like a nice texture there. I don't even know if you can see all this, but where else was it? It was not the India ink. There was also like oh, here it is, the oil paint brush. I'm tripping. The oil paint brush is kind of cool too, because it like gets lighter on top, like it layers pretty well, but I haven't practice very much with the oil brush. Mostly the Sunday brush that I'm using here and the gouache I've been like experimenting with. But, you know, like look at that. That looks nice. I don't know if I'm gonna necessarily use it here. I don't know. Like I know I'm not gonna be using much color working on manga in this program, but you know, there are times where I'm like, I wanna just break out a quick color sketch and like, what brush can I use for that? Oh, this is not bad. I can keep that. Yeah, it's like, what brush do I use for that? And like, the gouache brush does a pretty good job of like giving me what I want, but this Sunday brush is like, is it. I also like that the gouache brush like blends in the colors that you already have. It really does feel like a real brush. I don't know, I'll probably be mixing it up, but these will be like the two brushes that I use to get colors together for sketches, or you know, I don't necessarily want to do illustrations full digital. These like little color sketches is kind of cool, but I would still like to use my traditional supplies for like proper illustrations. But like, look at this blending. This is like over blend, but you know, some of this is kind of cool. Yeah, especially like if I want to do like a what do you call this? If I want to do a like a blur, like a color blur effect kind of deal. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. But anyway, I gotta walk this dog and I gotta start getting ready to go to this event tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna record it. What is that sound? Look at Shinji. He's doing yard work. He's so cute. I don't know if I'm gonna record the event. I'm gonna try to record it. Yeah, and see, I don't know, I'll be on stage talking, but my sister and my niece will be there, and my friend will be there, so maybe they can record for me, I don't know. But anywho, that's all for right now. I will be back. There we go. I'll be back later.
It's a horror manga, a black horror manga by a black woman. Need I say more? Y'all feel that? Y'all into that? Yes. By Gigimurakami. We'll be having a Q&A with her at the end of the show. Very excited for that. But first, we have an excellent, amazing stand-up comedy show for you. So it's good. How are you? I'm good. I turned 42.
Tell me your sign.
Yeah, I'm a Taurus. I think Virgo rising. Yeah.
Virgo rising.
Don't you feel that?
It all makes sense. Nothing has ever made sense before in my life right now. Virgo, oh my God.
You have a good revenge story. Nothing that tops
You
Tabitha's.
didn't want to share energy. You didn't want to share. No?
I'm like going through the Rolodex of all the stories, and I'm just
You're
like,
like too much happened.
not really, no, because like I generally try to be like a not shitty person, and also like I just live my life for spite.
Oh.
I feel like you just have to live in spite of everything.
Right.
So like, just,
Yeah.
No, see, this is when, because I was thinking about how, like, Beyonce in the song is always like, best revenge is your paper. But here we are, when am I ever going to have enough paper to get that?
it depends on the type of
Give me
paper.
something. Yeah, like, yeah, if it's regular paper, I'm giving paper cuts. That's
The type of paper, these bills.
yeah.
Lots of paper.
We need regular people revenge.
Yeah.
Beyonce, that's what we need. I'm going to bring up one of our co-hosts and producers, Professor Professor Pierre, Isabel Pierre. Right now. Yes, clap for Isabel, you guys. Fantastic. And where's Gigi? Gigi, come on up. Oh, it's your time. For those of you, there's still time to maybe win a couple free copies of Gigi's wonderful book. So you know what to do. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Good. So we're gonna play a game first. Okay. It's called Revenge or Karma. Or when I was texting Crystal and Alexis a couple nights ago and I was in a bad mood, when they go low, I drag them to hell. It's fine, you guys. It's fine. We're safe. Okay, all right, so we'll give you a couple scenarios and we're gonna decide if we get active revenge or we just wait for karma to do its thing.
I have to decide. I have to pick.
Yeah, okay. You can decide if you don't want to, okay? What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
You can do this.
Woo!
Okay. Come on, you can do this. Okay, all right. Instacart shopper who picked up 1 tomato instead of 3 jars of tomato sauce. Revenge or karma?
Karma. I think I'm okay with that.
Okay. I don't know if I like the answer. You've been waiting all day for these groceries.
I've had that happen to me with Amazon, but not that bad.
All right. Grade school, listen, I left off a tip because they picked the wrong kind of avocados once, okay? I go for revenge all the time. Okay, grade school, got it. All right, Alexis wrote this one, okay, you guys, just in case you think it's weird. Grade school teacher who made you read all the black parts aloud in the Mark Twain books.
You said revenge or karma?
Revenge or karma?
That's a win.
That's
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, this little boy's my love. The bus driver who saw you and didn't stop.
Revenge.
Oh, revenge.
Yeah. People who open their mouths and cough.
Revenge.
Yeah.
It's like, right, there was a whole play. In your face? Open mouth, cough in my face. Okay. The person who sits directly next to you in an empty waiting room.
Oh.
Karma, I'm not too upset about that. As long as they don't cough in their mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. My iPhone is old, so it's doing the thing when they want me to get a new one. So watch what we low. Okay. Oh, your upstairs neighbor who picked up tap dancing.
Revenge.
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 Absolutely.
Yeah.
The dentist who asks, have you been flossing? I
Ooh.
think it's your bleeding gum. That sounds personal.
Yeah.
I'll give up karma. I know I've been flossing, so
Yeah.
they're
They're not gonna come for you.
not gonna come for me. I like somebody.
I haven't had insurance in a while. I'd be like, do you see patients for free? The troll online reposts something of yours and says, "This you?" That seems very comic coded. Listen, comedians are lies. There's stuff stolen.
That deserves revenge.
I think also that deserves revenge. Okay. The hairstylist who did a botched job then asks, "Don't you love it?"
Ooh, revenge. Revenge.
The family member who lent you money but still hasn't paid you back. Revenge. Why?
My family's
A little bit of money. Okay. Last one. This is my personal.
Ooh, okay.
This is people who play their music without headphones when nobody asks.
Revenge.
Revenge.
If
Revenge.
I had a superpower, it would be to shut off all unauthorized sound. I have been this way since I was a child. Literally nobody asked for your shitty fucking playlist. And it's always sad, right? It's never about. Right. Look, okay. So I just wanted to ask a general question about sort of being a Black femme author and the business of comics, because you go to a lot of shows. Gigi's a self-published author. Very excited, very excited. Let's talk about that experience.
Ooh, that's a hard one. There's so many hats that you have to wear self-published. Yeah, you always have to think about like getting the work done, marketing the work, talking about the work. That's the stuff that like a lot of artists and like self-published creators don't think about. And that's actually kind of the easiest part of the job, to be honest. It's difficult because you work on this project alone, by yourself, chained to your desk, and you don't really know if it's any good until people read it. So it's like, I hope I didn't waste my time.
Yeah. And in the book, the main character wants to sort of seek vengeance. Yeah. So what do you ultimately want to say in the whole series about revenge and vengeance?
For Resenter, I wanted to talk about revenge and resentment, and I wanted people to take away the complexity of revenge. I know it was very tongue-in-cheek the game that we played, but I think that sometimes it's like, when you have been wronged, like sometimes your instinct is to go straight for revenge and you want to hit like the person as hard as they kind of hit you. But then sometimes it's like, I feel like it's good to question whether or not that's the right way to go about things. So for Resenter, I really wanted people to take away like the heaviness of like that decision, like to take away both like the cathartic, like yeah, let's go do this thing and like get revenge, and you know, but then also the wow, how is this going to affect that person and the people around them? I think that that's really important to think about when we're talking about like revenge. So that was my goal with writing it.
I had a whole 45-minute session with my therapist about revenge.
I love that for you.
I did too. She was like, I think you should forgive. And I was like, forgiveness is a white supremacist construct. Maybe the person who's been oppressed. I wish I could have written that comic book instead. Okay. Main character's name, Jackie. Yes. Okay, great. She's angry. Now, I don't know that there's a lot of literature just featuring like Black female anger, and I love that. And it's like raw. So how do you see her anger becoming both like a vehicle and a hindrance over the course of the series?
Ooh, that's a good question. Was that your question? Okay. I see her anger as a vehicle, and that I think that she's very justified in her anger. I think that with revenge, there's a lot of times where like there is justification for that snap, like initial anger and like that snap feeling. I think that people will find like they will be able to sympathize with Jackie. It's not just that she's angry; it's that she's angry with a purpose. But it becomes a hindrance because it's like, when is it too far?
Yeah.
There are going to be times where Jackie may not be operating as rationally as she should be. And I think like, I really want the audience to understand that like, you can't always operate from that place.
Yeah.
And I think in those situations, that's where Jackie's anger will be a hindrance. Yeah.
I cannot wait for you guys to read this book. So there's an initiation process.
Yes.
That Jackie goes through. It's called a River initiation process, but we don't see it in the first book, right? So what sort of what's the imagery you want us to take away?
Hellraiser.
Let's say
Hellraiser.
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 Tell us more.
Just Hellraiser.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I'm a little scared.
You should be. It's a scary process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So what's like the metaphor behind it for those of us who maybe don't know what Hellraiser is or are terrified right now? Give us something.
That transformation has to deal with like the emotional weight of what Rippers in the story. Rippers are they're kind of like the Grim Reapers of the world that the story takes place in, and their job is to get revenge on behalf of souls that have been murdered. And so, becoming a Ripper in this like initiation process is like viscerally feeling the weight of those choices that they're going to end up having to make on behalf of murdered people.
And they're really complicated choices, right? In the same way that sort of justice, what does that look like? That's really complicated. Right? Like I think about the father who took the life of that police officer because his son was murdered by a police officer, right? It's like, I get it, and also, right? Right? But that's the kind of sort of anger that I feel like Jackie's going through, that she's experiencing, that I found really delightful. Okay. I do. I find anger and rage delightful. I think I do.
It's a fun way to get
It's a fun way to get stuff done. You know? I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Scorpio.
Don't be scared. Just stay on my good side. Okay, so I love to ask this question. Big picture vision. If you were casting this, if someone were to option this, who would play Jack?
That's a good question. There is a British actress that I like lightly reference Jackie's face from. Oh gosh, her name is Claire Ashley something. She's a British actress.
What is she on that?
She's in oh my gosh, there was like a science fiction movie from years ago where she was like the last pregnant woman on Earth.
Oh, Children of Men?
Children of Men, the pregnant woman. That's
Oh,
Have you seen
okay.
that?
Many years ago.
Yeah, that actress.
Okay, fantastic. Is there anything else you want us to take away from the Venture?
I have a companion one-shot for Resenter that I created that was actually published. So I'm not just self-published, I'm like traditionally published. But it's through Viz Media. I don't know if any of y'all are either just like read manga or anything, but it's okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's through the Viz Media app and it's free to read. Just search up Viz Manga and Resenter on Google, you'll find it. And it's like a companion piece to the first chapter. And it fills in a little bit of some of the lore for the story too.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here with us,
you.
Gigi. You can find Gigi online, gigimurakami.com. Yeah?
art.
art.
I'm fancy.
Fancy.
Capricorn rising.
Thank you so much.
Right now, we're gonna give away books. People, you guys, listen, we're gonna give away all these books. We have 20 books to give away. Right? Is that right? Did I call your name?
I found friends. Uh-oh.
Hey.
It's vlog time. Oh, you bird bitches. Y'all are all in the camera.
Oh,
The real horror starts now.
we have to go to 4.
Fourth floor?
Yo, for real.
There's no way.
Ooh, and
That's
it's so
insane.
visible, they're trying to make us feel this.
It's already hot. I'm sweating.
Yo, in the email it says, please note, this venue is not ADA accessible.
Oh. Guess we're hoofing it.
I mean, show. We have a very special evening planned for you tonight. But before we begin, I'd like to sing you a little song. I'm so sorry, I did not warm up enough. Give me 1 moment.
That's the way. It's true.
Don't like you, love.
It's me, Zach.
Zach? Why are you wearing that?
Wearing what?
You know what? Never mind. The patient. What did you say his name was?
John. His name's John. John Kramer.
John Kramer. There was a time in days gone by where patients here, just like John.
Stop that! You'll break my trap! Hello, Amanda. You don't know me, but I know you. A puppet? What was that? No, I'm not a puppet. This is just how I... Live? No! This is not live! I have a life, you know. More important things to do than lock myself in my basement and start streaming every time I need to. Oh, for Pete's sake. I want to play a game, Amanda. I'll tell you the rules, but first, think about the device around your head.
Look at her go. Or not go. Yuki.
Hi, girl. Hi, Yuki girl. Yuki.
Oh, I forgot, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out the rest of the videos on the channel. Yeah, and thank you guys so much for watching. And also thank you so much for watching all the videos so that we could get monetized. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, 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 crazy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yuki also appreciates it. Right, Yukes? Yuki says thank you. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Take care. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.